Quiet, stop walking. Be quiet, don't move. Be quiet, stop talking. Be quiet, don't move. Quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Be quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Be quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking. Be quiet, stop walking. Somebody's talking.
Happy Friday, folks. Can you hear us? How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome to our Facebook folks and our Parallax folks and our YouTube family. Thanks for coming in. Happy Friday. It's been, hey, Karen, it is 2:00 in the morning over there.
Wow.
That is, that's dedication there, Karen. I appreciate you stopping in. I hope you're doing better. I know you said you were going through the COVID, and you know, me and Brent has had our battles with COVID, and now I've had a battle with the flu this week. I had to call off work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I went back today. I'll tell you what, this flu is way worse than the COVID.
Wow.
I was like, man, I wish I had COVID. Tuesday afternoon, my goodness, I was laying in bed and I was like, if this is how it's going to be, I just want to die.
Yeah, just take me now.
I told Brent, I was like, hey, I might be coming through your spirit box here soon.
That's right. I remember that.
But Karen, I do hope that you're feeling better, and I hope you're on the mend. Restless, Jim, if you want to throw your video link in here, Jim, go ahead. Nicole, that is Nicole. You know Nicole.
Yeah.
Nugget. Yep. Significant. Hello, Nicole. Right. How are you? I hope everything is well. So this evening, you won't be seeing me drink any alcohol tonight. I have me a nice celestial herbal citrus infused tea with honey, because I have a public ghost tour tomorrow to do, and you know, I got to get that thing done.
Good for you.
Mario, what's up? Courtney, Amy, thank you for coming from Boston. Nuggets in the house. What's up, Nugget? How are you, Mario? Thank you, my friend. Brent, Mario says good night.
Yep.
I think in Brazil, good night means a little bit different. I think it means hello. But what's up, Mario?
Yeah, so good evening to you.
Good evening. There you go. How's everybody doing? So we're going to talk into some real paranormal here, folks. You know, the show is all about real paranormal, and we're going to actually, hey, Paradox Fossils, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in. We're going to do a live Echovox dictation session at the end of tonight's BTI. Nikki, hello. How are you?
Nikki,
Friday. I can't toast you tonight, but I can raise my celestial tea to you.
Yeah, you're not going to see me drink alcohol either, but it's in there.
All right, Court. Well, have fun. I know you're busy. I know you're very busy tonight running the network. Again, we appreciate you having us on the network, and I hope the network is enjoying us on there.
Yeah.
I loved your live last night, bud. Yep. All right. That was a good one. All right. So Brent picked, since I was battling the sickness all week, Brent picked an interesting topic that is both near and dear to our hearts. ITC. We love ITC, and we're creating different ways of communicating through ITC.
Yeah.
So, yes, Jim, I seen you too. I seen you in your profile before. I seen you wearing it too. So, go blue. I'm a big Michigan fan. I've been a Michigan fan since the 90s. Tyrone Wheatley, Todd Collins, that time frame. But go ahead, Brent. You want to elaborate on what you picked tonight?
Well, I pretty much I want to. We actually started this topic a couple weeks ago. We never really got into it. We were going to discuss ITC, and I said I think we can get back into that. And we've elaborated on it on just the YouTube side in the past, but since we have other platforms coming in here to the show, it's I figure it's a good idea to dig back into it. For anybody who's new to paranormal investigation that sees this, or just not really familiar with ITC, we can kind of figured I could throw it to you. You can give us the rundown of what ITC is, what falls into the realm of ITC, and talk about how what we use for ITC on investigations.
Yep.
And then we'll have a little fun playing around with some stuff.
Yeah, we'll get into that tonight. So these guys can be witness of, I think, the first Echovox dictation live session over StreamYard.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen it before. So. But Heather, thanks for coming in. Sue, thanks for coming in. Faja, thank you.
Leslie.
What's up? How are you? Happy Friday, folks. So there is some things that I'd like to address. This week, I wasn't able to be in the premiere for Ed and Jackie's flashlight session, but when I woke up in the morning, I seen that people liked it. There was a lot of people in the chat, and I appreciate that. I'm sorry I couldn't be there.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I was like, I actually told you, I was like, I'll be in there, bro. Don't worry about it. Go to bed. And like 8:30, I was like, or 8:45, I was like, bro, I can't keep my eyes open. I'm so sorry, man.
Hold on, we got a good question right here. If you are using an app that uses the static noise and want to get good results, is it to use a Bluetooth? I never like to use Bluetooth. When we only use two apps. We only use two apps. It's Echovox and the Scottish Paranormal Spirit Box app.
And I would actually say, I don't know, I'd be skeptical about an app that uses static noise.
Yeah.
Static noise, I think I guess we're referring to the RF that you would hear in, say, a radio, a spirit box, right? That's RF. So people think of it as static, right? But it's just radio frequency,
Mm-hmm.
all right? And if you were to have an application that's just
thanks, Mario,
replaying recorded RF, or it's generating a sound that sounds like
static.
The static suite from a radio, like static, then it still would be very skeptical that it would
be created from a radio is created by RF.
It is RF, yeah.
It is. That's the static that you're hearing. So if an app is creating the static, it's got to be a simulation of it, I would think.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's got to be a simulation of actual RF, because it's not the same thing as an actual radio receiving RF frequency.
As far as I know, and I'm quite confident of this, Nugget could even try chime in and correct me if I'm wrong, but your phone cannot pick up a radio station. There's no antenna in here to do that. Yes, Wi-Fi is active, but it's not going to pick up a RF station. It can go to some kind of digital network station.
Yeah, but it's not
a radio station to be broadcasting on.
It'll be a simulation of the RF.
And you're not going to get RF from
Karen asked a good question. So, Karen, these word-based, word-generated apps like Spirit Talker, other things like that, the Ovilus type devices that are app-based, the internal gyroscope on the phone, the compass.
Yeah, it's a gyroscope. Yeah,
drives the database. So a good way to test the actual function of it, and Brent has said this in the past, take your EMF meter or something, an EM pump, and
take a magnet. Take a magnet
and set it off. And if you have the list and the reading, then you could double check.
And that's if it's actually doing what they're saying, because they're saying it's that EMF, quote unquote, is setting it off, is triggering these words. If that's true, what's the sensor in it? The only sensor that your phone is going to have is that what the compass is using. And in which case,
Go ahead,
in which case, you should be able to trigger words from that app by just taking a magnet and moving it around I would think. I would think.
In theory, you should be able to do that. Kendrick, what's up, brother? Kendrick's at Paracon with Debbie tonight. I told him, I want you to walk up to Debbie and say, Jared said, spectoral.
Hey, just real quick, because I was with Jax and Eli last night. Jax is doing her first investigation tomorrow, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So here's Riley that was at Ed's tour. Follow her on the Facebook page. She has a question.
Awesome.
You guys ever use the Spirit SB7? Had issues with a lot of radio coming through. Yep.
Of course.
That's why. Go ahead, Brent.
No, you take it.
You take it. I'll go get something.
All right. So that's going to happen. All right. If you Spirit Box, the SB7, the S Box, even if you have a Hack Shack, radio signals are out there, and you're using a radio to pick up. You're sweeping through radio station. So if you've got an antenna on it, it's going to grab radio station. Now, the best thing to do, and I can tell you it's very easy with an SB7, is remove the antenna, as much of the antenna as you can. And if you do that, you will greatly reduce the amount of, we like to call radio bleed. It's just radio stations coming through. And I don't know what that sound is, but what's that sound, bro?
What's what?
You hear that? Was it I don't know, it was your phone or something, but anyways, you'll greatly reduce the radio bleed that comes through. If there is a very strong, broadcast frequency around you, you'll probably hit it every time, even with the main part of the antenna removed. But that is the best fix I can tell you for the SB7. There are videos out on YouTube. I think they maybe even done one. I don't even know, but you just remove that antenna out of it, and it'll take care of it.
See that, Riley? It's gone. This right here, and I told Ed to bring this for you guys on that tour, but he had a lot of things going on. This right here is my pride and joy.
Yeah, it is. It's an awesome machine there, bro.
At the day tour, my goodness, man, this thing is some cool stuff. Yeah, we're talking ITC, right? This is ITC right here. So this is our ghost box. This is what we've created.
One of them.
Just one of them.
What was so Christy heard that noise. So it's me talking. It's something on my end while I'm talking. I don't know.
Something on your end.
Yeah, I can hear it while I'm talking. I can hear it. And Christy just said it stopped. It stopped because I stopped talking. I don't know.
Well, I'll be damned. The damn thing came out.
Oh, more technical difficulties.
We'll play with it later.
Yeah. Jared made that. By the way, that if anybody's going to build ghost blocks like this, people call them portals as well. We have a delay pedal in line. A lot of people use the noise gate, which I definitely recommend. It will remove a lot of the quote unquote static noise that can be really loud and annoying.
It did.
But it'll open up when something comes through. But instead of using a reverb pedal, we put in a delay pedal. And if anybody does that, the delay pedal that Jared has on his machine is a really good one. It's like $35.
Edward stopping in. Edward on his way down to South Carolina, stopping in to say hi. Your team misses you, Ed.
Yeah,
Go
buddy.
Cox. Not in a gay way, though. Yankee Cow. What happened? That's what happens when you strike out 50 times in 4 games, I guess, right? Unreal. Things need to be done. I've seen experiments where teams use FM radio frequency and they do get EVPs, but when they switch to AM frequency, it is no longer used in the UK for radio, then they get nothing.
I don't know. We use AM here in the States, and we get we got a lot.
Yeah, we got a bunch total. Let me go get my damn pool pen.
All right. My mic is internal on the laptop.
J. Brent acoustic.
She said it's not you, Brent. The mic is vibrating. Check your mic.
Is it this?
It sounds like every time. It sounds like almost like a reverberation or an echo of us talking or me talking. I don't hear it now. So whatever you did may have fixed it. I don't know. All right.
I gotta fix this damn wire right here.
All right. Acoustic telepathy is thought forms that travel on ambient sound or music. I don't know anything about that, but interesting. So yeah, we've created quite a few little gadgets here and there. That ghost box is one of my favorite. And when it comes to ITC, and I'll let Jared get more into what really ITC means and what falls into the categories. But I think our main goal through ITC is to establish better, more reliable, confident, real-time communication. I mean, that's like the key. It's great to get out there and mess around and check something out and say, oh, I think it worked. I think this is working, and that sounded intelligent and it made sense, and that was a long statement. Blah 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 blah. But if you can't get that real time, respond to it, and start a conversation right there, it's slow going, especially if you're not going back to a location regularly. So, a lot of times we will get some amazing things. You guys know we use the Echo Box a lot, and we get a lot of amazing things out of it. But we don't always hear what's coming out of it real time.
Hear these amazing things.
And we go back and review, and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe that came through. It's clear as day. And, we didn't get to respond to it in the investigation. So everything we're doing and working to do is to better that real-time communication through ITC.
It's all about making the best of the time that you have while you're there.
Exactly. And then, there's travel time involved. A lot of times there's money involved to get in a location, and you can't guarantee anything's going to happen. Or they even want you there. Some spirits may be very open to it, especially on the first time, right? But having all the abilities out there to try and get it, give them the opportunity to talk. We want to make sure that we can actually hear and understand it, which is why we started using dictation with, Echo Vox.
Before we get into that, I want to get into some other things first. But
yeah,
we're going
to try to fill the time while you're tinkering.
Somebody that put this thing together used a very small terminal block Very small terminal block.
You got a tiny tweaker? Quick question, Brad. If a spirit is attached to someone and they leave bruises and make her talk backwards, is that a demon or fussy spook being an asshole? I mean, I couldn't tell you. I would tell you that's a problem. At least I would expect that that would be a problem. People talking backwards and leaving bruises on them. I would say that needs to stop. So either way, that's a big no-no. And that's a good spot to say, hey, if you're getting into this, be aware of what you're opening yourself up to. I don't care if you're using, just sitting in a room saying, hey, is anybody here, or using a device or a Ouija board or whatever it is, you're opening yourself up. And you better be, you all know I'm faith-based, so I'm like, you better be strong in the word of God and his power. But whatever it is, you better have strong faith in that whatever it is that you have faith in is better than what they are, stronger than what they are.
You guys hear that?
I will say, Christy, if you ask Zach Bagans, he'll probably tell you it's a demon.
It's a demon. You guys hear that?
No, I didn't hear it. Well, there you. Oh, you got the noise gate on. That's why I didn't hear it. That came through.
Hold your ears real quick.
Yeah, this is
now listen to it. That sucker right there takes all that static.
So what that noise gate's doing? Let me get a little techie. That noise gate, it sets a dB level. All right, decibel level, and it says so you're setting it to anything higher than this dB level. Silence. All right. So all that quote unquote static, you're turning it down until that static stops. And what actually ends up happening is when a voice comes through, the goal is for it to hit higher than that dB level, and the noise gate opens and allows it to come through and then closes again. So that's the point of it. I think the only downfall that you really could expect from it is if a whisper's coming through and it's lower than your dB setting, you're not going to hear it. So that's the kicker. But you put that in line with a delay pedal, and when something comes through and says, hi, Christy, right? The delay pedal creates an echo loop. So it says, hi, Christy, hi, Christy, hi, Christy, depending on how your speed setting.
Yeah,
so
it says it 3 or 4 times, and, that betters real-time communication, because how many times have we been out there and we're doing a spirit box session and something comes through really quick and we're like, what did that say? Oh, it said this, and it was that.
And it was something completely different when you listen back on a review. And
with the ghost box, it'll come out and say, pick up, pick up, pick up.
So you have time to process
what's being
so the first one triggers you like, well, that was a word. That was actually a phrase. And then you listen to it, you actually hear it again. And the good thing about it is it doesn't just repeat it, but you can set it to amplify it. So it comes through, pick up. And then the next one is pick up, and it, so you can actually amplify it and hear it better. That's why I'm really pleased with how that setup works.
Riley says, I totally agree with having faith, especially doing this. And honestly, it's hard to explain to a Christian family that I find this interesting and want to learn.
Riley, trust me. I know if you're, I was actually saying this on Eli's channel last night that most churchy churches would be like, this is wrong. This is blasphemy. This is a sin. And I've been studying the Word of God for 10 years on my own studying. And I found nothing in it outside of going to a spirit for divination to try and tell the future. The Word of God's very staunch. Do not do that. Do not go to a spirit and ask them what's going to happen tomorrow. Do not do that. But beyond that, it doesn't really say anything.
Doesn't say anything about asking what happened.
It doesn't say anything about even communicating. So, I get you. It's and I would say, I know a lot of Christians would say, hey, you Yeah, well, I mean that's what he. That's right. That's what he did. But how many times? How many times I was reading that the most Christians would have this understanding. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but you're going to hear what we believe, and that you die if you're in Christ, you go to heaven. If not, you go to hell. And I hate to tell that's not the it's not the truth.
We don't go to heaven when we die.
No one's gone to heaven yet. Period. Because we're waiting for Christ to return. So that's how I understand why we're even spirits here. They're waiting for the judgment,
his return.
So
nobody goes through to go to heaven, but through the Son, and on my return.
And it's not until he returns that everybody's caught up to him who's in him. So, anyways, moving on. ITC.
And well, we'll get into some ITC more conversation in a little bit. I got tomorrow. There is a link at the top of the chat. I will be going live from Rising Sun in tomorrow to start off the public tour in the oldest room in the inn. I'm going to do a ghost box session with my little buddy here. Maybe a flashlight, maybe
my little buddy.
Maybe a cat ball and a flashlight.
We're calling light balls.
I'll go live for about 15,
Where's
20
that?
minutes.
That's supposed to get on.
Go up there, click that link, set the reminder. It should be a good one. That ghost box likes to go off in the Rising Sun Inn. We get a lot of responses coming through there.
Dude, insane.
So that should be a good live tomorrow. Again, that's only going to be about 15 to 20 minutes because I got to set up for the 7 o'clock tour, but I'm going to get there at 6. We'll go live and do a little bit. So
I hope you're feeling better.
I'll
be praying for you, brother.
I'll be fine. I'll be able to handle it. I'm an adult.
You're a Viking, I know. Look at you.
So somebody shared out episode 6, and I think it was the Laurel Leader this week, because over the last 2 days we got 600 and something views on episode.
Christy, don't be deceived.
Episode 6.
Yeah,
and people love it. And if you have not seen episode 6, check that out. It's a really good one. I'm very happy with the finished product and the way that it is getting received.
Yeah, buddy. It's awesome.
So that's good. Next Wednesday we will have another premiere from the Benson Hammond House, and the Search for the Compass, I like to call it.
Man,
it's a raw, unedited clip, but there is responses in there. So next Wednesday, 9:15, I'd like to see everybody in that hanging out. Come check it out. It's only about 16 minutes, something along those lines.
It's Benson Hammond House, guys. We love that.
And last week, Brent and Ed came up with a idea.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And this is going to be great. This is going to be great here. December 9th, we're going to do BTI live from different areas of the Benson Hammond House.
I think it's awesome. And it'll be decorated for Christmas.
And it'll be decorated for Christmas. So
I told my wife, I got to find the perfect ugly Christmas sweater. You know how I go with that.
So we'll do our hour show from different locations of the house. And then after the hour BTI, we're going to have a 2-hour live investigation. Christmas special.
Christmas special.
We may actually sing Christmas carols at the end of it.
I will.
So
yep.
December 9th, it'll be from 9:15 to 12:15. And
so it's going to be what? So it'll be BTI live for the hour, but then it's just going to be a live for 2 hours on YouTube alone, correct?
I don't know. Courtney's going to be working on that end.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll be live on Facebook.
Okay.
Our Facebook page. And Court can redirect from Parallax wherever she wants to.
Well, that's awesome. It's going to be, I think it'll be fun.
I think it'll be a good time.
And you know what? We have such a relationship there.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great.
The spirits there that I don't think we've gone there once since the beginning. That we don't get anything. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always something. So I would think we're going to get something. There's a high likelihood, and nothing to be guaranteed, but I'm excited for it.
Thanks, Johnny, for saying that. I thought Laurel was a great investigation too.
Yeah, you guys did a great job.
Karen, thank you for coming in, and again, I do hope you are feeling better.
Yeah, much love. Love you.
I mean, it is almost 3:00 in the morning over there, so that is dedication, Karen.
Go to sleep.
So, Brett also we're going to do a little bit of, it wants to get into a live EchoVox dictation session.
Anybody? Well, let's do this first. Why don't you give? Do you want to just kind of give us a overview ITC and talk about that at all, or do you just want to jump into it?
Sure. I mean, ITC. Everybody uses the word ITC, but I don't know if everybody knows what ITC is. It's basically instrumental transcommunication. Is the long form for it.
There you go.
But
ITC is an acronym.
Basically, all it is using electronic devices to communicate with spirits. Any electronic device. So you could say K2. That's some form of ITC because
if you're saying, hey, if you can light this up to red, if you are in this room and it goes to red, you're associating that as an answer, or a yes, no. Can you go yellow for, no, red for yes or whatever, and now you have a pattern or an association that,
Very interesting, that.
What pic?
And she sent me a pic on Twitter the other day, and
okay.
I asked her if she could recreate it. She said she can't. It's good.
I sent my dad Amber from Amber Paraworld, that short from that dealing a ship. Dude, that would still trip me out. That would. Joe, have you seen that one?
Joe,
have you got on Amber's Paraworld and checked out that short? Because check that out.
Hello, Angela in Georgia. Thanks for stopping in on Facebook World.
In Georgia, I'm South Carolina. So, what up, Angela?
But also, we have uploaded a short this week from episode 4. It's a real full-bodied apparition.
One of my favorite things.
So, if you want to see a real full-bodied apparition, there is a short on the channel, and we explain to you why it's a full-bodied apparition.
Yeah, what we see. Dan Tex, cheers to you, brother.
Dan Tex, what's up, brother? Thanks for coming in. Mario's hanging in there. What's up, Mario?
All right, so you want me to get into this?
Yeah, let's do a little. We're going to do a little live EchoVox dictation session. Joe, do you want to hang out with us and ask questions, maybe?
Yeah. So, and Jared and I actually tested this. So, just so you guys know, I'll go ahead and lay this out. So, I do not I live in a brand new home. It's not built in a graveyard. There's nothing spooky or active about my house. All right. I test our equipment here all the time, and I do it. And I think everybody should do it for this reason, for a baseline. All right. If I want to know how the EchoVox works and what comes out of it, I want to turn it on numerous times, at least an hour, listen to it, and what am I hearing? Am I hearing something come through? Right. Now we're tying this in with a dictation application that I use just with my laptop. All right. I pull up Notepad, you do Windows H and you will activate a dictation application. It does require that you have internet access because the application works through the internet. But I use that and I regularly see how this responds. So this is the point of this is to understand how your ear hears what you're doing, what you're hearing. Here's what the Echo Box is saying, but also how is the computer? What's the computer hearing? Right. So it works the same way. So if the computer's listening for English language, it's going to try and write out what it hears. Baselining, and I do this all the time in this house. I don't think it's not active, but I will say I do believe spirits are going around. So if you invite something to come in and talk to you, it's going to happen, if they're willing. So this week I was messing around with it, and I actually been messing around with the shuffle. We usually use auto blend on the Echo Box, and I just wanted to mess around with the shuffle and see what dictation did with it, and started getting a lot of interesting things through the week. And I was like, man, there's a lot of conversation going on here. So I pulled in Jared yesterday or the day before. I was like, hey, let's do a test here and see if we can get on StreamYard. If I can share the screen on my notepad with dictation, play the Echo Box, you can hear it, blah, blah. All right. And it worked. What's that?
Said you need a passport to come out here.
Okay.
Go on, Christy.
So that's what we're going to do right now. We've shown that it at least works. We should see. What we're going to look for is I'm going to show you how I have my Echo Box app set up. All right. We're going to ask questions.
Hey, Randy.
We're really going to be paying attention to what dictation types out. All right. So we're going to see how the computer, all right, logic, hears words and what it types out. Ask questions with zero expectation to get anything, guys, right? There should be no expectation. But I'm going to invite anyone who's passing by to come in. I've already done my prayers and protection. They already know. And let's see what we get. So,
all right.
Let me go ahead and share screen. And you guys type out questions to ask. And I'm not going to, all right, so Jared, I'm not going to see it. All right. Because when I share the screen, I leave the screen up and I don't see this StreamYard. I won't see the comments. So you ask the questions for them, for everybody in chat. And let's see how this goes. All right. Do you see my notepad screen?
I do right now. I'm going to add it to the
screen. You know what I didn't do? Hold on. I'm going to stop. Hold on. Stop. I'm going to stop sharing. All right. First off, Echo Box. All right. So I am going to be using the shuffle. All right. You can see how the channel blend, the channel blend is bouncing around there. That shows you that it's in a shuffle. I've got this set right at the EL of channel. Boop, you can see that. All right. And I am going to start the application first. I'm going to hit this. So I'm going to activate the dictation. I will start the application, and then I'm going to activate the echo with the recording off, by the way. So, because it tends to mess that, just crashes the app on my phone. So,
the money that you spend for the Echo Box is well worth it.
It is. And it's well worth it. It's not just the money. It takes time to learn this. It's I'm not going to say it's complicated, but it takes time to find what works with your
Probably just the light bouncing off my bald head, Christy.
And you know what? So Johnny said he has similar apps. I'll have to check that one out. Try this. Really, I want to show the dictation. I think dictation real quick the point of the dictation, or the hope of it, is that you're not just relying on your ear to hear what it said. All right. You're hoping what happens is something comes out, you hear it, and dictation hears it as well and types it out. And now you can read it. Right. So that's really the goal of, is dictation going to work? Another thing I'm going to say is I think the echo is very important, and not just real low. Like, I know we like to set it really low so you can just barely hear your voice. But the point of the echo is just like the spirit box. So when it says, I'm behind you, it actually repeats, I'm behind you again, and you can hear it. And it also gives your ear a chance to hear it again, and dictation. Yep. So that's the point. All right. So I'm going to go share again. We're going to try this out. Hopefully no technical difficulties. So let me know when it's up and you're ready for me to start this. You ready?
It's very complex, Christy. I can tell you that. That's why we put out the video for it.
Yeah, but I tell you what, we have resources within this field. You guys have us to help out, and a lot of people have reached out to us for assistance with this application, and we're there to help. Every time we're there to help you guys, whether it's a private conversation or in a tutorial video, or just in a chat here. All right, I'm gonna Control H. You see that come up? It's listening. Check.
Ain't allowed in here.
Let me get this up here. What's that?
She said there was an orb that flew by my head. Said I thought it was probably
It's just dust. All right. All right. So Jared, just remember, every time you talk, it's going to hear you through this. So let's minimize how much communication we're doing and saying hi in chat. Everybody, hi, how you doing? Welcome. Let's get to this. So when you want to ask a question, just ask a question. I'm going to hit voice. I'm going to start the app. All right. Whoops. Echo. All right. Is any spirits in the area willing and able to come and communicate to me through this device?
Again, it's Wednesday.
It's not Wednesday, it's Friday.
Wednesday. Remember we talked Wednesday?
Yes, we talked. We actually did this on Wednesday. That's amazing.
Is this Victor? Is Victor around?
Whoever's listening, the date is October 28th, 2022. It's a Friday.
I just heard October.
It may have been my echo. No, it's not AM.
Hello?
I heard that come through. So stupid. What's so stupid?
Do you not like the app?
You don't like the repeat? The echo is actually important to me, though, so I need it there.
Thanks, Christy.
Yes, we're here to talk to you. We're here to listen as well.
You see that? Pretty good, right? We're here to talk to you. We're here to listen.
I just got to ask you, is this a brother or sister in Christ? The Son of God? Christ Jesus?
You know Jesus? Do you know Jesus? I know, right, Jim? What can you tell me about Jesus?
Are you hopeful for his imminent return?
Ooh. Who was that?
I know, I heard it too. Then?
Victor? Or can you tell us what state you're in? What state did you die? Ooh. No deep impact.
Yeah.
What impact are we talking about? The other day, we were speaking with Victor, and Victor
He said he was shot.
in the head.
Shot in the head.
Is that true?
I'm trying to slow this down.
Yeah.
I heard that come through. Here it was again.
I heard Long come through a couple times.
Yeah.
Is Long a last name?
Does anybody have a question from chat? You're welcome. All right, Jared. We're going to be quiet for 5 minutes and let's see what dictation picks up, okay?
Let's just
Oh,
say
of course,
something
dictation's
first.
going to fail. Hold on. Dictation's acting up.
Once you get it set, we'll make that announcement. Ready? To whoever is wandering by and would like to talk, here's your chance. It says the mic night. Say what you would like to say. Delete. Somebody was deleted.
That's what the application heard, right? And again, so I'm going to start this real quick. So again,
Hello, Gaming by
this,
Mars.
this is twofold of an experiment. All right. So yes, we're looking to see, hey, are spirits able to communicate through this, right? That's the number one thing we want to know. Hey, is can a spirit communicate through this? But also through dictation, I think this should give everybody a real understanding of expectation with your hearing, because something comes through. Like I just heard my name come through. That's why I was like, "Ooh, that was my name." I heard it. It didn't dictate it, but I heard my name come through.
Yeah. And
But-
sometimes dictation won't pick up what we hear.
But the point being that maybe no one else heard Brent because my brain is trained to hear my name, right? So we all have the ability to hear what we want to hear. It's kind of like pareidolia, and there's a term for that when it comes to hearing. It's just the same thing. You can be walking through crunchy leaves and hear words coming through the audio on your camera as you're walking, on replay, and be like, "Oh my gosh, do you hear that?" But it's really just leaves crunching and sounds compiling that kind of match phonemes, and your brain is designed to pick that up, right? So that's not to say that none of all this is fake and nothing ever really works. There's no spirits. I'm not saying that. It's all hearing pareidolia. That's not the point. The point is to understand that our brains can be tricked. So be on guard against it. Do tests like this. Know what, if go to an area where you're expecting zero interaction and use your tool, right? And baseline it. If you listen to it for 2 hours and really try, or you record it for 2 hours and listen back to it, and you're like, I don't hear anything more than but, nope, yup, this, little tiny nonsensical words.
Yep.
Then you can say, okay, when I do hear something that says, my name is Bob, I'm right behind you. There's gravity to that. There's substance to that should not have come through, right?
Pareidolia.
So the dictation app works the same way. It's programmed to understand a language, hear you speak it, right? And type out that phrase. It's to the point of getting punctuation. All right. So doing something like this and doing not talking, just be quiet and let it type out You see Bing, Cortana, Facebook. Why are those coming through? Because we're on the network, all right? And this application, those words are programmed. Hey, Bing and Cortana and Facebook are big time words, right? So if it hears something that's similar to that, it's going to type it down.
Associate it with.
Right. Just like or just go, nope, and with the what type. These are all, the computer doesn't know what a word is or doesn't know anything about that word except for what it's programmed to do. So when we see what dictation can hear, right, then we can understand what we hear. And what we want to do is get logical answers. So if we're saying who's here and you get a name that comes through and you start asking questions about that and you say, can you repeat your name? And it comes through again, the same name. Now you're building a layer of trust in what you're hearing or what dictation is saying and so forth. Yep. So that's really what I wanted. That's the main thing I wanted to show here. I do think there is.
I think there's some validity with the dictation because the first time we used it at Rising Sun, it was amazing.
It was. And you know what? I've used it. I have, saved files of where I did this and saved it. Was just amazed at what happens. Now I get on and I preach. All right. Yeah. So I preach. That's what I do. And the responses I get, they're both sided. Some are like, that's nonsense. I get that's nonsense. I don't believe it. I don't want to hear it. Stop talking about that. I get that kind of, those phrases are being typed out. And I'm like, that's not, it is completely relevant to the conversation. Yep. So
it's all about, bettering our time on investigations.
Right.
To better that real-time interaction.
And,
the best of every second that we have while we're investigating.
Right. And so do you want me to stop sharing? Do you want to continue this at all?
We're coming up on an hour already.
All right, I'm stopping sharing. Let's go back to this. I can see you guys now. So hopefully that was enjoyable and helpful to anybody.
That was EchoVox. Yep. Yeah.
So how do you know what language or how the system knows what language? So in the dictation of again, I'm using Microsoft. This computer has Microsoft on it. It has dictation. Again, if you pull up Note or Word and you hit Windows H, it's going to pull up a dictation application. Yep. And you can set in your computer what language to listen to. If you have especially an Android phone, there's a lot of applications. But Android, my old Samsung had it came with a dictation app, and you could go in there and tell it all multiple languages to look for. So, you can have that set up. I can tell you this: if I speak Spanish, with this with this Microsoft Word Microsoft dictation, it'll type it out. So it gets a lot of different languages.
If I don't, he will. It. That's one of the reasons why we're here.
I tell you what, that's the main reason I'm here. Jared knows it. I told him I'll come back, but give me a window every investigation that I can preach the spirits.
To help where we can. So that's going to be it for tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Joe, I'm just, getting over this damn flu, and it really kicked my ass this week. But tomorrow, 6:15. There's a link at the top on YouTube. I'll be live.
Yes, Riley.
With the Ghost Box at Rising Sun Inn for about 20 minutes. And then we have our public tour. So that'll be good. That'll be fun. And then next Wednesday, we have another premiere for you. And then we'll have another BTI next week that we'll be talking about episode 4. The Warehouse Buyer's Mansion.
Oh, real quick. I don't know if anybody else is excited for this. Jared, I am. Hopefully you are too. Go Get 'em Paranormal is going back to the Portal Hell House.
Yep.
I am a nerd for that place. I want to go there so bad. And I cannot wait for this 29th episode from them. I'm geeking.
I'll definitely share that out in the community. Tomorrow.
I'll be in there. Oh, man.
I think they're going live tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Yeah, it's
All right,
tomorrow.
I'll share it out in the community, and everybody go check out Roe and Nugget and
And
Mung.
Faja, Mumsy, all of them. They're going to be in that place is no joke. It's a legit, no joke, faith strong place. So
It'll be a good, good live stream. So I'll see you tomorrow at 6:15.
Yes.
Everybody have a good night. So for me,
and for Brent,
Pasadena Paranormal, we wish you adieu, and we will not let you walk into that darkness alone.
Cheers, everybody.
Have a good weekend.